Greeting, everyone. Is everyone having a great day? Awesome. It's great to see your faces. It's been a while since I've been up here. The last time I got to speak, I was down here on the ground, and I actually was wearing the same blue shirt. I know this shirt looks brand new, but it is the same shirt. I have a little more gray in the beard than I did then, but the message is the same. The message is the same that the peaceful solution, if we were to integrate it into our society, that we would see change. It's not going to take place overnight, but it will take place. Today, I'm going to concentrate on our court systems and the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. I've got a story, a real life story of an individual who reached out to me about, I think it was about a year ago. He called me. He knows who I am. I've known him for a very long time. And he knows that I've been involved with a peaceful solution since 1999, studying it when I was first introduced to Israel Hawkins in the program that he was teaching. This individual knew that I had been practicing this and studying and sitting at the feet of the many teachers, Chris, Jeffrey, um, Michael, who was just up here. This individual knew that I had been here and that I had been practicing this peaceful solution. And he reached out to me. He said, "Hey, I'm in some trouble. I need some help." I said, "Okay." So I sat down and I listened to what he had. And I reached out to William. I said, "William," I said, "I got an individual who is in trouble. He knows that I've been in the peaceful solution for a while, and he's seen the change within me, and he's asking if there's anything that we can do to help him." And so William said, "Absolutely." He said, "Give me the information to his lawyer, and I will send him everything that we have to where we can help this individual, rather than this individual be sentenced to a lengthy incarceration." I have a video that I'd like to play, and this video was from Laredo. I can't remember how long ago it was, but y'all, if y'all been following the Peaceful Solution, y'all will see, you'll recognize this video. This video is a very powerful, powerful video. So if we can play the video at this time.
I want you to know that today in this country, we incarcerate more than 1.2 million people. That we have more people incarcerated in the United States of America, the land of the free, than any other country on earth. That's a fact. What I have wanted to bring forth is the idea that lengthy incarceration, severe punishment, does not solve our problem with crime. It does not solve the problem with crime. Many times I sat in judgment and I scolded people and I said, I gave you a chance and here you are again, you violated the law again. I didn't understand that when someone is addicted to drugs, that they cannot win the fight against drug addiction on their own, that they need help. When we send all these people to the penitentiary for lengthy periods of time, it is very difficult for them to come out and be rehabilitated. 3 things they can expect from lengthy incarceration: tuberculosis, sexually transmitted diseases, or mental illness. That is the archaic penal system that we have in this country today. I am happy that I am no longer a judge and that I don't have to make those decisions and send people to the penitentiary. I didn't understand those things when I was serving. I saw one judge look down on an individual and said, we gave you a chance to get out on bond and we tested you and you tested positive. Therefore, you are not going to get credit and you're going to be sentenced more severely. You should have stopped using drugs. And I was thinking to myself, sitting there waiting for my turn with my client, thinking, telling that to a drug addict is like telling someone with diabetes or cancer, you shall not have diabetes, you shall not have cancer. They can't help themselves. We need to work to make this a better world.
So I want to take what his last statement was. We have got to work together. Okay. So this individual reached out to me and we submitted everything. I know y'all are wanting to hear a great story and a positive story, but they actually rejected us. They actually rejected the peaceful solution. and sentenced this man to 20 years. They wanted to give him 55 years for a possession charge. Now, I'm not condoning drugs, and I'm not condoning crime, but the Texas Department of Criminal Justice used to be called the Texas Department of Corrections. And there was a doctor by the name of Beto. And I'm going to give you all a little bit of history. So, Texas in 1848 started its penitentiary system. There was a man by the name of Dr. Beto, and he reminds me of Israel Hawkins a lot. He really had, from everything I've studied, he had care and concern for them. He started schools. Even to this day, the Wyndham School is still in the Texas Department of, I'm going to say corrections, because really we should be correcting these individuals and not punishing them. But he had all kinds of adult education programs. But you know, the one thing that they do not offer that I have not found in any of the writings when I started to put this speech together, what did I not find? Character education. But yet they expect these people to get out and know how to make choices to where they do not reoffend and go back. So Mr. Beto, he retired in 1972. And only 7 years later, there was a lawsuit that was brought against the prison system here in Texas. I'm going to read it to you. It's amazing how you go from a man that had the desire to teach and educate and make people better to where the conditions got worse. In 1979, Ruiz versus Estelle found that the conditions of imprisonment within the TDC prison constituted cruel and unusual punishment and violation of the United States Constitution. So you would think, okay, here we got a lawsuit. Something's going to change, right? No. The decision led to the federal oversight of the system, which, with a prison construction boom. So we didn't institute something that was going to make better living conditions for these individuals. We didn't institute character education to where we could teach these individuals to build a foundation to build on. I mean, yes, electrical skills, carpentry skills, plumbing skills, HVAC skills, these are all important if you're going to get out and be successful in life. But if you don't have a foundation of character, all that will only last for so long. And that's what took place with this one individual. He was out for 5 years. He had spent 18 years. He had spent all of his young teenage years in jail. And he got out and he was doing great. And he made one bad choice. And they gave him 20 more years. We reached out and tried to help, but they rejected us. Now let's continue with what's going on right now today. Texas should close prisons and jails with staffing challenges. And I asked the lawyer, I said, why are we sentencing him to jail when they're having to release him? Because they don't have enough people. They don't have enough jailers. The jails are full. Y'all do not have the answers, and you're rejecting the one program that we're asking you. Please allow us to use it on this individual and prove to you that this program will work. The Texas agency that manages state prisons and jails should close correctional facilities with staffing challenges and do a better job at supervising inmates' rehabilitation programs. The article, this is from January of 2025, and yet they just sentenced another man for a drug charge to 20 years in prison. Now, how is that going to help him? How is giving him 20 more years in prison going to help him? We had a solution. We had a program that's already proven in Laredo will work. William, the great work that William did in Laredo. We have case law, if you want to put it that way, where we have worked with the courts and the juvenile detention centers and the adult programs. It will work if you will allow us to use it. You young people, I want to reach out to y'all. Make sure you're making right choices. Because once you get caught up in the system, it is so hard to get out. Do you know the difference between me and this individual that I'm telling you about? 20 years ago, we were in the same situation, but I found Israel Hawkins, and I studied the peaceful solution for 20 years. And I'm here before you today. So don't count it a light thing that you're here and you're given an opportunity to learn and become a teacher, because this is the future. Whether they want to recognize it or not, this is the future. Because they don't have the answers. I just read you the article where they're fixing to start closing down prisons because they don't have answers. Give us an opportunity. Everybody out there in TV land that's listening to me, whether you're a judge, a lawyer, the governor, give us an opportunity. Let us show you that this program works, and then help us to get it out there. Do not reject it, please. I'm begging you. And at this time, I have more time? Okay, so the next video, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Sherwood. It's a pre-recorded video, so he will be on the monitor for you. Thank you again, and I enjoy seeing all your faces. Y'all have a great day.